Hello again, Dave Graybill, FishingMagician.com. I'm at the town of Brewster, and behind me is the Brewster Pool. The Brewster Pool is famous for some of the best fishing for salmon anywhere in the state of Washington. There's a special circumstance here that creates this condition. The Okanagan River flows into this big bay on the Columbia River, and it dumps very warm water into the pool. These fish, both Chinook and Sockeye, do not like that warm water, and they continue to swarm in the pool and do not enter the Okanagan River to move upstream. So every day, new fish arrive and they stay right here, and it creates a super opportunity for anglers. This year in particular, the sockeye fishing is incredible. Over 700,000 sockeye have entered the Columbia River, and many of them are bound right here to move through the pool and on up the Okanagan River, clear up across the border into Canada. And there's no better place to intercept them than right here in the Brewster Pool. It looks pretty calm and placid here right now, but tomorrow morning, before sunup, hundreds of anglers are going to make their way out into the pool seeking sockeye salmon. I'll be joining Austin Moser of Austin's Northwest Adventures Guide Service to sample the action here in the Brewster Pool for sockeye. I'm really looking forward to this, and I promise you lots of action, and I'll also take the time. Austin is always very willing to share his tips and tricks on how to catch sockeye here in the Brewster Pool.
Sit down. Beautiful. A little lino. There you go. That's good. Hang on to the rod. Doing good. Pull him out now. Ready to lift? Good work. Nice. Good work.
Wow, that's a nice fish. That's about what the fish are running this year? 2-3 pounds? Okay, Austin, let's show the folks how you rig your hooks and bait them.
Okay, so we're out here on the Brewster Pool, and this is the setup that I like. This is 2 1/0 red hooks, and we use those to with about an inch gap in between them or so, maybe 1.25 inches, and then I put a red coon shrimp on the top. Sometimes we use pink. Right now we're using red. I go through the top of the back, or the back of the tail, right down the center, come right on around the corner, got the point sticking out, and I try to make sure that hook is kind of laying in line with the snout of that shrimp. Right there, that's sockeye breakfast.
Nice. All right, thanks. Austin, you know, a lot of people want to know about speed. What's a good speed to be trolling for these sockeye?
Well, out here we have current, so when I'm going upstream, we're more like 1 mile an hour. Right now we're going 1.7, and that's mostly because we are moving with the current that's going downstream. So it's all relative to what the river's doing, but I like to be around 1.25, something like that. That's what
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of people try to slow down when they're going downstream because they don't realize they've got current.
Yep.
So if they try to slow down, their gear's not working right.
Yeah, I look at line angles and I watch the tip of my rod. I want them bobbing about like that all the time, and I want a little bit of angle about like that. When it gets real straight up and down. Right here, back rod.
All right. It must be working.
So that's hey, back rod's on. I want lift, slowly lift in the air. You're done reeling. Just little higher, a little higher, a little higher.
That fishy! I was right there.
All right. Well, here I am again with Austin Moser, part 2. We went out this morning and got 6 limits of sockeye in about an hour and a half. We went to the dock, cleaned the fish, and we got a whole new crew that came out, what, an hour to get 5 limits?
Is that what it was? It's 10 o'clock now, and I think I don't know what time they got here, but yeah, you're pretty close. I think it was.
Just about an hour.
That was very good.
And you know, it was kind of interesting too, because some of the youngsters weren't really sure if they liked fishing, but this experience changed their whole attitude.
Oh yeah, I had a net man, I had a guy bonking fish, I had the mom being the secretary writing down everybody's stuff. That was sure was fun. It really was.
It shows you that oftentimes I've been out here and by 9 o'clock I'm done. Everybody's got their hands up in the air and they're shaking their heads.
Yep.
And you roll right through it. It's just great. And you know, as we explained earlier in part 1, you know how to do it, you know how to bait your hooks, what speed you use. It's not really critical where you are in the pool, as long as you understand where the currents are and the depths and things like that. Because you know, I spend my time against that shoreline, it'd be great, and I've caught fish all the way across, clear up to almost Pelican Point. That's the key at the top.
Oh yeah, if you can get your gear in front of those fish, especially this year, it's a big run. The fish are aggressive. If you can get it in front of them, they're going to bite just about anything. If you're close and you get it in front of them, they're going to bite it. They're very aggressive.
Exactly. And one of the things we talked about a couple of weeks ago is we just hope that we get some hot weather so that the thermal barrier that keeps these fish out of the Okanagan would form.
Right.
It's 78 degrees here,
Yeah.
right below the mouth of the Okanagan, and it's 62 degrees at the dock. So I'd say the thermal barrier is in place.
It's definitely here.
And it's going to get better. There's
Yeah.
more and more fish on the way. It's going to be a spectacular year.
Yeah, best year on record. It's going to be awesome.
Well, thanks again, Austin, for taking the time to not only show your people a wonderful day, but sharing what you've learned over the years on how to get these sockeye. And if you ever get a chance, get a hold of Austin's northwestadventures.com.
That's it.
And you'll find out how to book a trip. And you should learn a lot from this video to give you a good start on sockeye fishing in the Brewster Pool. On the afternoon trip, look who showed up. Doug Feil at Bob Feil Boats and Motors. Doug, this is the first time we've been on the water together.
Yeah, you're right.
And when you think about it, we're going on 15 years of an association with me and Bob Feil Boats and Motors.
Think you got 15 more in you?
I'm willing. And he has provided me with top quality boats over these years, everything from Kingfisher to Smoker Craft. And they've taken such great care of me, that service department down there, Curtis and the whole gang. Just, it's been a wonderful experience. And this gives me an opportunity to thank you.
Yep, absolutely.
For that. Absolutely, yeah.
Don't forget Austin over here.
Yeah, I've been working with them quite a while too, and they do really well in the service department. They're always very knowledgeable and helpful. When I got a problem, you guys always get right on it and get me out there, because you know I got to get back to work and
catch the fish.
Yep, we got to catch fish and keep people happy and have fun. So I really appreciate everything you guys have always done for me, and that's awesome.
All right.
And the other thing I'm just going to throw in here is I've always been so impressed with your service department. But the parts department, the inventory you have is incredible. I took a boat trailer down there that had broken a leaf spring, and the trailer had to be 35 years old. He took one look at it and said, oh yeah, He just walked back and had it
Yep.
right there. It's absolutely amazing. So if you're in the market for a boat, if you need service for your boat, Bob Feil, Boats and Motors at East 20.
All right. Thank you, guys.